Today we're going to be making these beautiful flowers. I mixed vintage dictionary pages with some yellow paper. It's totally up to you what kind of combination. Today I'm going to be using actually from a children's cookbook some colorful pages from here. So the first step is to make a stem. So go ahead and cut your paper. Flip it over because I want the green to show. And I'm going to put a generous amount of glue down the middle, and then you're going to roll your stem almost as if you're like making a straw. So you can do this with no tool at all. This is just a stem actually from a silk flower. Whatever you have on hand. Again, you can just do it with just your fingers. And you're going to roll this nice and tightly. Roll, roll, roll. And that strip of glue that you laid down is going to hold everything in place. Make sure you take whatever, if you are using a tool, make sure that you take that out at this point. And you're just going to continue rolling, making sure that you have a really nice tight tension. Roll, roll, roll. And then at the end, add some extra glue to hold it in place. So this will be our stem. Just make sure that holds for a second, and then I'll show you how to make the flower. So the next step is go ahead and take whatever kind of paper you want. So I think I'm going to use, I really like this pink right here. And you're going to need squares that measure 5 centimeters. Here's our 5 centimeter mark. You could use a paper cutter as well if you prefer. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that right there on that 5 centimeter mark. And then I'm going to cut this. Cut this. And then go ahead and make your squares. Nice thing about using upcycled children's books is that the colors are usually extremely bright. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to fold this square in half to make a triangle, fold in half again, and fold in half and again. So you're going to fold that 3 times. Now, for this step, you need to make sure that the folded edge is pointing to the left. And so this is the open end and the open end, but the folded edge has to be here for this to work. And what you're going to do is you're going to draw on a half a heart shape. Okay? And then you're going to cut that out. And then you're going to cut the tip off, just a little bit of the tip. And then you're going to unfold. And then you're going to cut this in half. Because this is going to be enough to actually make 2. And I'm actually just going to put this on top of here. Just so I don't get glue gun all over the table. What you're going to do is you're going to place some glue here, and then you're going to overlap this. Now, you can decide, do you want the yellow on the outside, or would you like the pink in this case? So just decide. I think I'm going to do the pink. But totally, you can decide with whatever kind of paper you have, what you want on the outside. And you're going to make this little cone shape just like that. And then you're going to slightly bend each one, like so. Let me show you again. I'm going to place a little bit of glue on one flap, curve it around, hold for a second, and there you have it. And you're going to continue making these. Now the amount that you need, it's hard to say exactly because it depends how long you want it, how long your stem is. So I'm just going to make a few squares here. And let me show you the process one more time. Take your square, fold it into a triangle. So that's 1. This is 2. And this is 3. And then the most important step of all is to make sure the folded edge is to the left, because you need this to hold everything together. How many times have I done this and everything just falls apart when I don't listen to my own advice? Then go ahead and cut out your heart, half a heart shape. Take off the tip, unfold, and then cut in half. So I'm going to continue making these. And then once you have a whole bunch, the fun part is assembling all of this. So while I'm doing this, it would be a great time for you to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the weekly tutorials. If you wouldn't mind commenting below on your color combination, I would love to know. Maybe we can inspire each other with different ideas. So I'll continue making a bunch of these, and then when we get back together, I will show you how to put this together on the stem. So once you've created a bunch of these cones, we get started on the fun part. So the first one is going to get glued on the very top, going inside the stem, like so. So that's your very first one. And then you start placing them going downwards. And I try to do it at different heights so that nothing actually really lines up. But you're going to glue about 3 per layer, really. Look how beautiful this is going to be. And you can do this with white glue. I tried the first time, and really it just takes a lot of time to let it dry. And things kept on falling off, so I just think it's easier with the glue gun if you have access to one. I would definitely recommend it. Oops. Flying flowers. But once you've done the folding, it comes together really quickly. But I love just using children's books. I think the colors are really bright. I love that the inside of the flower is going to be a different color than the outside. Just really gives it a nice color, and you're still upcycling. This book was actually left over from like a tag sale, and I was just going to get thrown away. So I actually got it for free. And it really has some nice bright colors in it that I really like. So you can decide how far down you really want to go with this. And if there's any gaps, like here, I don't really like that gap right there, so guess what? Just add another flower. It's really easy to kind of do what works. So here's my flower. Absolutely love it. And then we're going to go ahead and add some leaves. Now if you wanted to do more, you just would keep on going down. It just really depends on what look you want. And then to make the leaves, I'm just using a scrap piece that I used from another project. And I'm going to fold it over once and fold it over again because I want to make sure I get 2 leaves out of this. And I'm just going to make a very thin half oval because I want my leaf to be long and narrow, as these type of flowers tend to have. Now this did make the 2, but I don't like that this has the white right here, so I'm going to glue that together and use that as if it was one, just so that I don't have any of that white showing. Again, it's optional. And then you're going to glue that. Of course, that's my dog barking. And then glue that right like there. Again, just hit it with a little bit of glue. And place that wherever you'd like. Of course, it's not behaving. So we'll add a little bit more glue right there and hold it for a second. I'm going to try to get at least one more leaf done out of this. Nice and narrow. And this one. This one I'm going to stick right there. Oops. Since this isn't double-sided, I'm just kind of going to glue that down. I got a curve like that. But look how beautiful that is.